Kia ora, and welcome to Thursday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the International Edition from interest.co.nz, and today we lead with news the world's largest economy is being hit with a string of pessimistic data reports, despite one of their tech giants avoiding a breakup which saw its shares surge to a record high. American job openings fell by 176,000 to 7.18 million in July, and that was the lowest level since September 2024, and well below market expectations of 7.4 million. Interestingly, there was a wide regional variation, with openings dropping most in the south, down 161,000, while they rose in the west, up 113,000. So it won't be a surprise to learn that mortgage applications fell again last week, the third consecutive weekly retreat. This happened even though mortgage interest rates were little changed. And it also won't be too much of a surprise to learn that US factory orders declined, also in July from June, down an outsized 1.3%, and the June data was revised lower to be down 4.3%. New durable goods orders were down 2.8% in July. These won't be welcome trends, especially as tariffs were supposed to bolster US manufacturing. Year on year, the July levels are up 1.8% and well below what can be accounted for by inflation. But it will be the recent sharper trends lower that are most concerning. So the Fed's August Beige Book note of, quote, flat to declining consumer spending because for many households, wages were failing to keep up with rising prices, and their contacts frequently cited economic uncertainty and tariffs as negative factors, unquote, will come as no surprise. In China, all the news is about its massive military parade in Tiananmen Square. This one follows similar shows of force that started in Pyongyang on April the 15th, followed by Tehran on April the 20th, then Moscow on May the 9th, and Washington, D.C. on June the 14th, all organised by authoritarians. It's a militarisation trend that is very retrograde. And they're massive propaganda exercises, so it's disappointing that some of our politicians want to be seen at them. But like many others, they just follow the money and incentives. Staying in China, the Caixin Services PMI for August expanded faster than July and to a good level, better than expected, and the fastest expansion in their services sector since May 2024. New orders grew at the strongest pace since May 2024, supported by a stronger rise in new export business, which increased at its fastest rate in 6 months. Like yesterday's factory PMI, this survey is better than the official services PMI. And South Korea officials now say they want to join the CPTPP as insurance against US tariff moves against them. The path won't be easy for them, mainly because they've built up insulations and protections against Japanese investments making inroads into their economy. In Europe, producer prices were only up a modest 0.4% in July from a year ago, confirming they seem to have a good lid on inflation there. But the more recent indications are rises that are slightly higher than that at a rate of 0.6%. At least the Europeans don't have the pressure of self-imposed tariff taxes. Their cost-competitive position versus the US is improving sharply. And Australian economic activity grew 0.6% in the second quarter of 2025, accelerating from an upwardly revised 0.3% growth in the first quarter, and better than analyst expectations of 0.5%. Year on year, Australian GDP was up 1.8%, above forecasts of 1.6%, and the fastest pace since the third quarter of 2023. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.22%, down 6 basis points from yesterday at this time. And the price of gold will start today at $3,573 an ounce, up $47 from yesterday and surging to yet another new record high. Silver has moved higher too, now over $41. And American oil prices are down $2 on lower demand at just over $63.50 a barrel, while the international Brent price is holding at just under $67.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now just under 58.8 US cents, up 10 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're down 10 basis points at 89.8 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're unchanged at 50.4 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just over 66.3 and unchanged from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $112,433 and up 1.4% from yesterday. Volatility of the past 24 hours has been low, at just on plus or minus 0.9%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.